it wouldn't crash again. Surely.
Well, actually.
Well, I rolled back, so surely.
Well, last time you rolled it back as well and it still crashed, so.
No? It was fine after that. And then Windows insisted on updating, and then I had to update again to fix the fucked up update, and then yeah. Now it's been fucked, but where in the fuck was I?
That's a very good question.
Probably
And
somewhere.
only you know the answer to that.
I doubt that. Where in the fuck?
Good question.
I would remember this. We had, so I must. We're there already.
What's up?
Your system. Got him.
Oh, he wasn't ready.
Right. Greetings.
Do not greetings.
Ah, Teras. I don't.
Well.
Change the order because I think it's alphabetical, so you don't, you're now on top. You're no longer at bottom. So I do not know. This is where I made the Angry Birds joke. So surely I must have been here already. We'll just pretend I was here.
Good idea.
And my heart considered within me. We had that, I know that. And I rebuked the nobles and the magistrates, and I said to them, have you each been exacting usury from your brothers? And I gathered together a great assembly against them, and I said to them, as you know, in accord with what was possible for us, we have redeemed our brothers, the Jews, who had been sold to the genitals. And yet, you now sell your brothers, and we must redeem them? And they were silent, and nor did they find anything to answer. And I said to them, I feel like we were way further already. Only I fucking knew. Yeah.
Imagine not knowing.
Imagine.
Yeah, imagine.
I think I was somewhere on the left side when it crashed, but if only I remembered. Oh, we're pretty sure we haven't been here. And help. And I said to them, the thing that you are doing is not good. Why are you not walking in the fear of our skies so that there may be no reproach against us from our enemies, the genitals? Both I and my brothers, with my servants, have lent money and grain to many. Let us agree not to ask for its return. Let us forgive the other money that is owed to us. On this day, restore their fields and their vineyards and their olive groves and their houses to them. Then too, to the 100th part of the money and of the grain, wine, and oil, which you usually exact from them, give it to them. And they said, we will restore it, and we will require nothing from them, and we will do just as you say. And I called the priests, and I had them swear an oath, so that they would act in accord with what I had said. Moreover, I shook out my lap, and I said, so may Skytis shake out every man who does not fulfill this word. From his house and from his labors, so may he be shaken out and become empty. Why stop sending me notifications? Shut the fuck up, AMD software. You can go fuck yourself. No, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. There's another. Six notifications. Thanks. And the entire multitude said, Amen. And they praised Skytis. Therefore, the people acted in accord with what was said. Now from that day on which the king had ordered me to be governor in the land of Judah, from the 20th year even to the 32nd year of King Artaxerxes, for 12 years, I and my brothers did not eat the yearly allowance that was owed to the governors. But the former governors, The ones who had been before me were a burden to the people, and they took from them bread and wine and 40 shekels of money each day. And their officials also oppressed the people. But I did not do so, out of fear of Skytis. In fact, I preferred to build in the work of the wall, and I bought no land, and all my servants were gathered to do the work. Likewise, the Jews and the magistrates, 150 men, were at my table, and those who came to us from among us, the genitals that are around us. Now there was prepared for me, on each day, 1 cox and 6 choice rams, along with poultry. And once every 10 days I distributed diverse wines and many other things. Yet I did not require my yearly allowance as governor, for the people were greatly impoverished. Remember me, O Skytis, for good, in accord with all that I have done for this people. Hello, Mr. Guest.
Hi, what's up?
I heard you wanted to share a few stories.
I'm still looking for the Bible link. Do you still have it?
Have you tried just scrolling up?
That.
Yeah, but
Not even far.
to be fair, I've done that for quite a while, and now I think I'm lost.
But that is not
Trying my best.
Clearly not.
I thought you were here to tell us about your life.
I mean, if that's your best, I feel really sorry for you.
Yeah, it's well, good horses don't jump higher than they need to, or something. I don't know if there's an English proverb for that.
No, there isn't.
I don't know.
No,
but
you're just talking nonsense. Thanks.
So I found crouton.net. Is that it?
Yeah, that's close
so I
enough.
found this gambling website. Hold on, I need to check. How difficult is it to find this Bible link?
Is it on the Bible management sheet?
Bible management sheet. There you go. Yes. They're all linked there. That's all you need as a guest. That's your one-stop shop. We specifically made that for people.
You made that as easy as it could be.
Speaking of which,
this fucking numbnut still fucks up.
Speaking of which, Teras, you gotta update that. There's a few outdated things on there, like some reference.
Oh, there it is. Found it. I'm smart.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah.
Nice.
So confused.
In general, or just sexually?
With regards to you, so sexually.
Reasonable. Well, so what page are we on?
Yes.
Didn't you want to tell about where you've been?
Oh, it was great. I was in Dortmund. And then I missed my exit. And when I say I missed my exit, I mean I drove for like 20 miles without signaling in a straight line, so I had to drive back. It was a great day.
Brilliant.
That's not even what I'm talking about, but hey, good job. You missed your exit.
Alright. Japan? Was great.
10 out of 10 storytelling.
Imagine like the best part is imagine you're like a black guy in Texas in the US. People are going to be racist against you, but they're going to like spit on you and they're going to shout at you and they're going to hate you.
Is that
And the
your
people in
kink?
Japan, they're exactly as racist, but they're racist in a funny way. They're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, but we don't allow foreigners in this bar. I'm so sorry, but please go away." It's like
that's what we do in the UK to the French.
that's reasonable. I mean, it's a French, right?
No, yes, got that French people. I swear to God.
I'm here. Why are you swearing?
Yep.
Quality storytelling. Oh, you have the option to continue reading if you would like.
Nehemiah 6, right?
Yeah.
Now it happened that when Sanballat and Tobiah and Geshem, an Arab, and our other enemies had heard that I had built the wall and that there was no interruption remaining in it, even though at the time I had not set up the double doors at the gates, Sanballat and Geshem sent to me saying, "Come and let us strike a pact together in the villages on the plain of Oh no." But they were thinking that they would do me harm. Therefore, I sent messages to them saying, I am doing a great work and I cannot descend, lest perhaps it may be neglected when I go out and descend to you. Okay, I have literally no idea what's going on, but I think that's
Good.
just the
Same.
general.
Eris, what if you
Yes.
replace the name Geshem with Genshin?
That's reasonable.
That's too much effort.
Wow. Well, then maybe you should start drinking.
No.
And they said to me with the same word 4 times, and I responded to them with the same word as before. And Sanballat sent his servant to me a 5th time with the former word, and he had a letter in his hand written in this matter. It has been among us symbol that Gentiles and Genshin has said it, that you and the Jews are planning to rebel, and because of this you are building the wall and thinking to raise yourself as a king over them. For this reason, you also have stationed prophets who preach about you in Jerusalem, saying, there is a king in Judea, but the king will hear about these words. Therefore, come now, so that we may go to the council together. And I said to them, saying, there has been nothing done according to these words which you have spoken, for you are inventing these things from your heart. It's gaslighting. For all these men wished to frighten us, thinking that our hands would cease with the work, and that we would cease. For this reason I strengthened my hand all the more, and I entered into the house of Shemaiah, the son of Delaiah, the son of
It's
Methabel.
Shemaiah.
Shemaiah.
There you
So
go.
these are like if you're piss poor in the south in the US, that's like what you call your daughters, right? Shemaiah, and it's pronounced like Jennifer, the son of
What?
Meth table in secret. And he said, let us consult together in the house of Skytus in the midst of the temple, and let us close the doors of the temple, for they will come to kill you, and they will arrive in the night to put you to death with one F. And I said, how could anyone like me flee? And who like me should enter the temple so that he may live? I will not enter. And I understood the Skytus had not sent him, but he had spoken to me as if he were prophesying, seeing and that Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. For he had accepted money so that I would be afraid and would sin, so that they would have some evil with which to rebuke me. Remember me, O Lord, because of Tobiah and Sanballat, because of their works of this kind. Then too Noadiah, a prophetess, and the rest of the prophets would have made me afraid. Now the wall was completed on the 25th day of the month of Elul in 52 days.
Elul.
Then Elul.
The fuck is that? What the fuck is that month?
Lol. Then it happened that, when all our enemies had heard of it, all the nations that were around of us were afraid, and they were downcast within themselves. For they knew that his work had been accomplished by Skytus, but also in those days many letters were being sent by the nobles of the Jews to Tobiah, and were arriving from Tobiah to them. For there were many in Judea who had sworn an oath to him, because he was the son-in-law of Shecaniah, the son of Ara, and because Jehohanan, his son, had married the daughter of Meshullam, son of Bershech. Moreover, they praised him before me, and they reported my words to him, and Tobiah sent letters so that he might make me afraid.
You seem to
So they,
struggle with the pronunciation of a few names.
now, I think the names struggle with existing. So they built a wall, and it was great, and now the Mexicans can't get in, right? That's
No, that's a few thousand years later.
close one.
Paris knows a thing or two about walls.
Do I?
Yeah. Because I'm in your walls.
Why do you suck?
Because I'm in
Kinky.
your walls. Well, I'm gonna spare you the next one because I see a lot of names. Nehemiah 7. Then, after the wall was built up, and I set up the double doors, and I enrolled the gatekeepers and the singing men and the Levites, I instructed Hanani, my brother, and Hananiah, the leader of the house of Jerusalem, for he seemed to be a truthful man, fearing Skytis more than the others. And I said to them, "Let not the gates of Jerusalem be opened until the sun is hot." Because the sun is only hot certain at some times, and it's definitely not always hot because it's a constant explosion. And while they were standing there, the gates were closed and barred. And I stationed guards from the inhabitants of Jerusalem, each one in his turn, and each one opposite his own house. Now the city was great and very wide, just like your mom, and the people in its midst were few, and the houses were not yet built. But Skytis had given to my heart, and I gathered the nobles and the magistrates and the common people so that I might enroll them. And I found a book of the census of those who first went up, and in there was found written, "The missing camera. You ruined it. Why do you do this to me?" Teras, you have been cut in half. I hope you approve.
Oh, wonderful. My favorite.
I'll fix you. There you go. You have been made whole again.
Wow. Thank you.
These are the sons of the province who ascended from the captivity of the transmigration, those whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had taken away, and who returned into Jerusalem and Judea, each one to his own city. Oh, he's back. Nope, that's the wrong one. They arrived with Zerubbabel, Jeshua, Nehemiah, Azariah, Ramiah, Nahamani, Mordecai, Bilshan, Mishpereth, Bigvai, Nehum, Bana. The number of the men of the people of Glasgow, the sons of Parosh, 2,172. The sons of Shephatiah, 372. The sons of Ara, 652. The sons of Pahath Moab, of the sons of Jeshua and of Joab, 2,818. The sons of Elam, 1,254. The sons of Zetu, 845. The sons of Zakai, 760. The sons of Binui, 648. The sons of Bebai, 628. The sons of Askat, 2,322. The sons of Adonikam, 667. The sons of Bigvai, 2,067. The sons of Adon, 655. The sons of Ater, the sons of Hezekiah, 98. The sons of Hashum, 328. The sons of Bezai, 324. The sons of Haraph, 112. The sons of Gibeon, 95. The sons of Bethlehem and Netophah, 188. The men of Anathoth. The men? The men of Anathoth, 128. The men of Beth Asmaveth, 42. The men of Kiriath Jearim, Shephirah and Beeroth, 743. The men of Ramah and Geba, 621. The men of Michmas, 122. The men of Bethel and Ai, 123. The men of the other Nebo, 52. The men of the other Elam, 1,254. The sons of Haram, 3,020. The sons of Jericho, 345. The sons of Lot, Hadid, and 721. The sons of Sinah, 3,930. The priests, the sons of Jediah, in the house of Jeshua, 973. By the way, that was they repeat that quite a few times, so cheers.
Oh, nice.
That phrasing is beyond redundant. The sons of Immer, 1,052. The sons of Pashur, 1,247. The sons of Haram, 1,017. The Levites, the sons of Jeshua and Kadmiel, the sons of Hodaviah, 74. The singing men, the son of ASAP, age 148. The gatekeepers, the sons of Shalom, the sons of Ater, the sons of Talmon, the sons of Akub, the sons of Hatita, the sons of Shobai, 138. The temple servants, the sons of Ziha, the sons of Hasufa, the sons of Tabaoth, the sons of Keros, the sons of Siaha, the sons of Padon, the sons of Lebana, the sons of Hagabah, the sons of Shalmai, the sons of Hanan, the sons of Giddel, the sons of Gahar, the sons of Reaiah, the sons of Rezin, the sons of Nekoda, the sons of Gazam, the sons of Uzzah, the sons of Pisea, the sons of Bezai, the sons of Meunim, the sons of Nephusim, the sons of Bakbuk, the sons of Hakufa, the sons of Harhur, the sons of Besloth, the sons of Mehida, the sons of Harsha, the sons of Barkos, the sons of Sisera, the sons of Tema, the sons of Nizia, the sons of Hatifa, The sons of the servants of Solomon, the sons of Sotai, the sons of Sophereth, the sons of Perida, the sons of Jala, the sons of Darkon, the sons of Giddel, the sons of Shephatiah, the sons of Hetil, the sons of Pokereth, who was born from Hezeb-Aim, the son of Ammon. All the temple servants, the sons of the servants of Solomon, 392.
Hey man, I have to write an 800-word essay till tomorrow. Don't worry, I got you.
Welcome to the Bible. Now, these are the ones who ascended from Tel Melah, Tel Harsha, Cherub, Adon, and Immer. And they were not able to indicate the house of their daddies and their offspring, whether they were of Glasgow. Their sons of Deliah, the sons of Deliah, the sons of Tobiah, the sons of Nekoda, 642. And among Sus, the priests, the sons of Hobiah, the sons of Hakos, the sons of Barzillai, who took a wife from the daughters of Barzillai, not Barzillai, a Gileadite, and he was called by their name. These sought their writing in the census, and they did not find it, and so they were cast out of the priesthood. And the cupbearer said to them that they should not eat from the Holy of Holies until a priest who was learned and skillful. Until a priest would stand who was learned and skillful, okay? The entire multitude, which was like one man, was 42,360, aside from their men and women servants, who were 7,337. And among them were singing men and singing women, 245. The horses were 736. That's not how you... There were mules. It's a possessive there.
Nice.
There were... No, their mules were. That's... Jesus Christ. Their mules were 245. Their camels were 435. Their donkeys were 6,720. Now several of the leaders of the families gave to the work. The cupbearer gave to the treasury 1,000 drachmas of gold, 50 bolts, and 530 priestly garments. 530? What the fuck? And some of the leaders of the families gave to the treasury of the work 20,000 drachmas of gold and 2,200 minas of silver. And what the remainder of the people gave was 20,000 drachmas of gold and 2,000 minas of silver and 67 priestly garments. Now the priests and the Levites and the gatekeepers and the singing men and the rest of the common people and the temple servants and all of Glasgow dwelt in their own cities. Fun chapter. I want to die. Nehemiah 8. And the 7th month had arrived. Nice. Now the sons of Glasgow were in their cities, and all the people were gathered together like one man. How are people gathered together like one man?
Intimately.
Are they just condensed into the space that would be occupied by one man? Were they just all squished?
Like one man.
Or
Maybe it's like
or did they all behave the same?
Translation error. They were like one people, which is a folk.
But they are always one people, so that wouldn't really make much sense to point out. But I guess it's the Bible, and they point out a lot of things that you wouldn't need to point out. So you know what? You win. Fuck you. Like one man in the street, which is before the Watergate. Oh no, not Watergate. I thought that was way later. Wasn't Watergate like in the
Democrats?
I thought that was in the last century, but apparently Watergate was in the Bible. And they spoke to Ezra, the scribe, so that he would bring the book of the law of osmosis, which the Lord had instructed to Glasgow. Therefore, Ezra, the priest, brought the law before the multitude of men and women, and all those who were able to understand, on the first day of the 7th month. And he read it openly in the street, which was before the Watergate, from morning even until midday, in the sight of the men and women and those who understood. And the ears of all the people were attentive to the book. Then Ezra the scribe stood upon a step of wood, which he had made for speaking. And standing beside him were Matithia and Shemaiah and Anaiah and Uriah and Hilkiah. Oh my fucking god! And Hilkiah and Maaseiah on his right. And on the left were Pedaiah, Mishael and Malkijah and Hashem and Hashbadana, Zechariah and Meshullam. And Ezra.
Okay, serious question. Did Hashbadana ever turn up in this book, or did he just make up the name for this sentence and he just never turns up again?
How did you know?
Jesus.
I've
Isn't
never.
that a weak?
I would be like, okay, I've seen this name before. I couldn't tell you who he is, but no, I have not seen this name before.
They thought we wouldn't notice.
No, it's just filler content. They just needed a few extra words, so they were just like, oh yeah, who was this guy's son? He didn't do anything, but what was his name? Okay, let's just add him there.
I wonder if you could make money by like rewriting the entire Bible, but in like 50 pages, not as a summary, but like the entire book, because 90% of it is really just.
Well,
can you provide our guest with the Bible? What was it? Easy to understand?
No, it's not like
the Bible
not
version,
you know, or shorter, but
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Well,
yep.
Can you provide our guest with that? I feel like that is precisely what you were asking for, but I don't remember what exactly it was called.
It's literally called the Easy to Understand Bible.
Okay, there you go.
Or not easy to read version, the ERV version.
Hello, my name is Miyahi. Miyahi then died. Oh, Teras, new character introduced and died within 1 line. Got a drink.
Wonderful.
Where did she die? Which rip to him.
Thanks, Cat Peasant.
Yeah, I think this is anyway, yeah.
And Ezra opened the book before all the people, for he stood out above all the people. And when he had opened it, all the people stood up. And Ezra blessed the Lord, the great Skytus. And all the people responded, Amen! Amen! Lifting up their hands. And they bowed down and they adored Skytus, facing the ground. Then Jeshua and Bani and Sherebiah, Jem and Urias, Akub, Shebethai, Hodiah, Maaseiah, Kelita, Azariah, Josabad, Hanan, Pelaiah, the Levites, caused the people to be silent in order to hear the law. And the people were standing on their feet, as opposed to standing on their hands. And they read from the book of the law of Skytus, distinctly and plainly, so as to be understood. And when it was read, they did understand. And Nehemiah, the same is the cupbearer. And Ezra, the priest and scribe, and the Levites, who were interpreting for all the people, said, This day has been sanctified to the Lord our Skytus. Do not mourn and do not weep. For all of the people were weeping as they were listening to the words of the law. And he said to them, Go, eat fat foods and drink sweet drinks, and send portions to those who have not prepared for themselves. For it is the holy day of the Lord, and do not be sad, for the joy of the Lord is also our strength. Then the Levites caused the people to be silent, saying, Be quiet, for the day is holy, and do not be sorrowful. And so all the people went forth, so that they might eat and drink, and so that they might send portions, and so that they might make great rejoicing. For they understood the words that he had taught to them. And on the second day, the leaders of the families of all the people, the priests and the Levites, were gathered together to Ezra, the scribe, so that he might interpret for them the words of the law. And they found written in the law, which the Lord had instructed by the hand of osmosis, that the sons of Glasgow should live in Skytus tents on the day of solemnity in the 7th month, and that they should proclaim and send out a voice in all their cities in Jerusalem, saying, Go forth to the mount and bring olive branches and the branches of beautiful trees, myrtle branches and palm branches and the branches of thick trees, so that they might make Skytus tents, just as it was written. And the people went forth and brought. And they made for themselves Skytus tents, each one at his own dwelling, and in their courts, and in the courts of the house of Skytus, and in the streets of the water gate, and in the streets of the gate of Ephraim. Therefore, the entire assembly of those who had returned from the captivity made Skytis tents and lived in Skytis tents. For from the days of Jeshua, the son of Nun, even to that day, the sons of Glasgow had not done so. And there was exceedingly great rejoicing. I'm just imagining them all just figuring out, oh my god, we can make tents. Let's all go camping in our front yard. And then they just are like super excited about fucking camping in their own gardens.
I kind of just assumed they saw some thick trees, so they were all pitching tents. That's the story, right?
No, they are using the trees to make tents from that
Oh, that's
because
smart.
that's the law, basically. Like you, on the 7th month, you have to sleep in Skytis tents, basically.
So it's just a festival.
But the Skytis tent has to be made from beautiful, beautiful trees, myrtle branches, palm branches, and the branches of thick trees. Other trees are not okay because. Why are you questioning me?
Wait, they're making tents with wood and
Why,
wall.
okay.
Like, just use plastic, like normal humans. Jesus.
I wonder if they were feeling nervous about their tents. Do you think they were little tense back then? Now he read in the book of the law of Skytis throughout each day, from the first day even to the very last day. And they kept the solemnity for 7 days, and on the 8th day there was a gathering according to the ritual. Amazing. Nehemiah 9. By the way, if you want to do another one, let me know.
Let's go. But if they start listing people, I'm just gonna give up.
I mean, there's a few names, but
That's fine.
you got this.
And then on the 24th day of the same month, the sons of Glasgow came together in fasting and sackcloth and with soil upon them. And the offspring of the sons of Glasgow were separated from all the sons of foreigners. Wait, are you sure it's not Mexico? Like,
No, Mexico wasn't
Ah.
invented back then. It's all good.
okay. And they stood up and they confessed their sins to the
Iniquities.
iniquities of their
All
daddies.
that.
And they aroused to stand, and they read in the volume of the law of their skytus 4 times in the day, and 4 times they confessed. And they adored the Lord, their skytus. Then upon the steps of the Levites, Jeshua and Bani and Kadmiel, Shenbaniah, Bani, Sherebiah, Bani, and Chenani rose up. And they cried out in a great voice to the Lord their skytus. And the Levites, Jeshua and Kadmiel, Bani, Hashabneiah, Sherebiah, Hodiah, Shebaniah, and Petaiah said, Rise up, bless the Lord, your skytus from eternity, even to eternity. And blessed be the exalted orb, name of your glory, with the blessing and praise. You yourself alone, O Lord, made heaven and the heaven of the heavens and all their host, the earth and all the things that are in it, the seas and all things that are in them. And you gave life to all those things, and the host of heaven adores you. You yourself, O Lord Skytis, are the one who chose Abram. And you led him away from the fire of the Chaldeans, and you gave him the name Abraham.
Abraham.
So it's like Abram, but it's instead
Okay, here's a
made of
quick
Ham.
summary. There was a guy who was named Abram, and then this guy was like, "That's my homeboy." And then
But I'm gonna
after he
change your
trained him a
name.
little bit, he was like, "Okay, you know what? Fuck you. Your name's now Abraham."
Imagine like having a teacher, and after he teaches you, just gives you a new name.
That's
Don't you
literally
think so?
Skyless. He just,
Brilliant.
I mean, he also renamed. What was it? He renamed Jacob to Israel to Glasgow because it's funnier.
Reasonable. And you found his heart to be faithful before you, and you formed a covenant with him so that you might give to him the land of the Canaanite, of the Hittites, and of the Amorite, and the Perizzite, and of the Walmart brand. Wait, that's also renamed, right? Of the Walmart brand Jesusite?
If you are unsure about the
Bible, I'm
pronunciation, just
not
go
sure.
with whatever seems reasonable to you.
No, the question is it like a joke that it's renamed Walmart, or are they actually using Walmart there? Walmart brand Jesusite, and of the
Yes.
Girgashite, and that you might give it to his offspring. And you have fulfilled your words, for you are just. And you saw the affliction of our daddies in Egypt. And you heard
Egypt.
their outcry beside the Red Sea. And you gave signs and portents to Pharaoh and all his servants and to the people of his land. And you knew that they acted arrogantly against them. And you made a name for yourself, just as it is this day. And you divided the sea before them, and they crossed through the midst of the sea on dry land. But their pursuers you cast into the depth, like a stone into great waters. And in the pillar of clouds you were their leader by day, and the pillar of fire by night, so that they might see the way along which they might advance. You also descended to Mount Sinai, and you spoke with them from heaven. And you gave them upright judgment, and the law, truth, and ceremonies, and good precepts. You revealed to them your sanctified Sabbath, and you instructed them in commandments and ceremonies, and by law by the hand of Osmosis, your servant. You also gave them bread from heaven in their hunger, and you brought forth water from the rock for them in their thirst. And you said to them that they should enter and possess the land over which you lifted up your hand, so that they might give it to them. Yet truly, they and our daddies acted arrogantly, and they hardened their necks, and they did not listen to your commandments. And they were not willing to hear, and they did not remember your miracles which you had accomplished for them. And they hardened their necks, and they offered their head, so that they would return to their servitude, as if in contention. But you, a forgiving Skytis, lenient and merciful, long-suffering and full of compassion, did not abandon them. Indeed, even when they had made for themselves a molten calf, and they had said, "This is your Skytis, who led you away from Egypt," and had commanded great blasphemies, even so in the multitude of your mercies you did not send them away in the desert. Didn't he? No, exactly. It's fine.
Shut
The
up.
pillar of cloud did not withdraw from them by day, so that it might lead them on the way, nor the pillar of fire by night, so that it might show them the way along which they might advance.
Hold on.
And you gave them your
I
good
just want to say one thing real quick. Can you simp anymore?
No.
Jesus.
like
He's hit the limit.
it kind of almost sounds sarcastic because it's like they made a calf and you totally didn't give them up, right? You sent them, like, wasn't it 40 years through the desert
the
until all
only
of them were
way
dead?
the
You
only
didn't do that, right?
the only way to simp more is to become a Final Fantasy character, perform limit break, and then you can simp even more. Because they've reached the limit of fucking simping.
Same.
Brilliant.
Anyway, moving on.
And you gave them your good spirit so that he might teach them, and you did not withhold your mana from their mouths, and you gave them water in their thirst.
No,
For 40 years, 40 years that you kind of tricked them and led them through the desert, and for no reason other than that you fucked them over, but you fed them in the desert, which is nice. And nothing was lacking for them. Their garments did not grow old, and their feet were not worn down. And you gave them kingdoms and peoples, and you distributed to them by a lot.
lowercase.
And they possessed the land of Sihon, and the land of the king of Heshbon, and the land of Og, the king of Bashan. And you multiplied their sons like the stars of heaven. And you led them into the land about which you had said to their daddies that they would enter and possess it. And the sons arrived and possessed the land, and you humbled the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, before them, and you delivered them into their hands, with their kings and the people of their lands, so that they might do with them just as it was pleasing to them. And so they seized fortified cities and fed soil, and they made possessed houses filled with all kinds of goods, cisterns made by others, vineyards, and olive groves, and fruit trees in abundance. And they ate and were satisfied, and they were fattened, and they abounded with delights from the great goodness. But they provoked you to wrath, and they withdrew from you, and they cast your law behind their backs. And they killed your prophets who contended with them, so that they might return to you, and they committed great blasphemies. And so he gave them into the hands of their enemies, and they afflicted them. And in the time of their tribulation they cried out to you, and from heaven you heard them. And in accord with your great compassion you gave to them saviors who might save them from the hands of their enemies.
Might.
But after they had rested, they turned back, so that they did evil in your sight, and you abandoned them to the hand of their enemies, and they possessed them. And they converted, and they cried to you. And from heavens you heeded them, and you freed them many times by your mercies. And you contended with them, so that they might return to your law. Yet truly they acted in arrogance, and they did not listen to your commandments. And they sinned against your judgment, which if a man does them, he shall live by them. And they withdrew from offering their shoulder, and they hardened their neck. Neither would they listen. And you continued to forbear them for many years, and you contended with them by your spirit, through the hand of your prophets. And they did not listen. And so you delivered them into the hand of the people of the lands. Yet in your very manly mercies, you did not cause them to be consumed, nor did you abandon them. For you are compassionate and lenient, Skytus. Now therefore our great Skytus, strong and terrible, who keeps covenant and mercy. May you not avert your face from all the hardship that has found us. We and our kings and our leaders and our priests and our prophets, and even our daddies, and all the people from the days of King Assur even to this day. For you are just concerning all things that have overwhelmed us. For you have done truth, but we have acted impiously. Our kings, our leaders, our priests, and our daddies have not done your law, and they have been attentive to your commandments and your testimonies, to which they have testified among us them, and they have not served you in their kingdoms and with your many good things which you gave to them, in the very wide and fat land which you delivered into their sights, nor did they return from the most wicked pursuits. Behold, we ourselves this day are servants, and the land which you gave to our daddies, so that they might eat its bread and have its good things, we ourselves are servants within it. And its fruits are multiplied for the kings, whom you have set over us because of our sins. And they rule over our bodies and get over our cattle, according to their will. And we are in great tribulation. Therefore, concerning all these things, we ourselves are forming and writing a covenant, and our leaders, our Levites, and our priests are signing it.
Eris?
So,
Yeah.
Paris.
Behold.
No.
He doesn't react if you just read it normally. It's a Pavlovian response at this point.
Yeah.
So it was like the biggest ass kissing I've ever read, and he somehow still managed to make God sound like a jackass in it. It's actually impressive. Like you helped us, and then we stopped kissing your feet, so you literally just sold us to our enemies. And then we asked for help, so you helped us.
Welcome to the
We
Bible.
stopped kissing your feet, so you sold us to our enemies again. That happens.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old folk? That is just like, oh wow, you fucked up. Okay, here you go. Just get fucking imprisoned. Okay,
I like
I'm
how
gonna
they were
free you.
talking like.
You still have not. Fuck you back to prison, and then just keeps doing it.
I like how they were like, for all the 40 years that they were walking through the desert, I fed you. All the 40 years that you were just literally walking through there because I made you do it. But I fed you while I was making
He
you
fed
walk
them
through the
because he
desert.
was fed up with them.
That's based.
You know what's not based? Take a glance over the next chapter.
That's a lot of names.
Nehemiah 10. And the signatories were Nehemiah, the cupbearer, the son of Hekaliah, and Zedekiah, Zariah, Azariah, Jeremiah, Pashur, Amariah, Malkijah, Hattush, Shebaniah, Melech, Harim, Meremoth, Obadiah, Daniel, Ginnethon, Baruch, Meshullam, Abijah, Mejem, and Uras.
I'm just going to
Amaziah,
assume that was actually in the Bible.
Bilgai, Shemaiah, these were the priests. And the Levites were Jeshua, the son of Azaniah, Binui, of the sons of Henadad, Kadmiel, and their brothers, Shebaniah, Hodiah, Kelita, Peliah, Hanan, Micah, Rehob, Hashabiah, Zachar, Sherebiah, Shebaniah, Hodiah, Bani, Beninu. The heads of the people were Parash, Pahath, Moab, Elam, Zatu, Bani, Bunni, Esgad, Bebai, Adonijah, Bigvai, Adin, Ater, Hezekiah, Ezra, Hodiah, Hashem, Bezai, Harif, Anathoth, Nibai, Macpiash, Meshulam, Hazir, Meshizabel, Zadok, Jadua, Pelatia, Ananiah, Hoshea, Hananiah, Hasub, Haloshe, Hilha, Shobek, Rehum, Hashabna, Messiah, Ahia, Hanan, Anan, Melog, Harum, Bana, and the rest of the people were the priests, the Levites, the gatekeepers, and the singers, the temple servants, and all who had separated themselves from the peoples of the lands, to the law of Skytus, with their wives, their sons, and their daughters. All who were able to understand pledged on behalf of their brothers with their nobles, and they came forward to promise and to swear that they would walk in the law of Skytus, which he had given to to the hand of Osmosis, the servant of Skytus, that they would do and keep all the commandments of the Lord our Skytus and his judgments and his ceremonies, and that we would not give our daughters to the people of the land, and that we would not accept their daughters for our sons. Also, that if the people of the land carry in goods for sale or any useful things, so that they might sell them on the day of the Sabbath, that we would not buy them on the Sabbath, nor on a sanctified day, and that we would release the 7th year of the collection of... That we would release the 7th year and the collection of debt from every hand. Yes, release the 7th year. Whatever the fuck that means. And we established precepts over ourselves, so that we would give 1/3 part of a shekel each year for the work of the house of our Skytus, for the bread of the presence, and for the continual sacrifice, and for a continual holocaust on the Sabbath, on the new moons, on the solemnities, and for the holy things, and for the sin offering, so that atonement would be made for Glasgow, and for every use within the house of our Skytus. And we cast lowercase lots concerning the oblation of the wood among us, the priests, and the Levites, and the people, so that it would be carried into the house of our Skytus by the household of our daddies, at set times, from the times of 1 year to another, so that they might burn upon the altar of the Lord our Skytus, just as it is written in the law of Osmosis. And so that we might bring in the first fruits of the land, and the first fruits of all the produce from every tree, from year to year, in the house of the Lord, and the firstborn of our sons and of our cattle, just as it was written in the law, and the firstborn of our oxen and our sheep, so that they might be offered in the house of our Skytus to the priests who minister in the house of Skytus, and so that we might bring in the first fruits of our foods and of our libations, and the first fruits of every tree, and also of the vintage and the oil and the priests, and to the storehouse of our Skytus with the tithes of our land for the Levites. That is one hell of a fucking sentence. Help. The Levites also shall receive tithes, whatever the fuck you pronounce that word, from our works out of all the cities. Now the priest, the son of triple Arab, shall be with the Levites in the tithes of the Levites, and the Levites shall offer 1/10 part of their tithes in the house of our Skytus to the storeroom in the house of the treasury. For the sons of Glasgow and the sons of Levi shall carry to the storehouse the first fruits of the grain, of the wine, and of the oil. And the sanctified vessels shall be there, and the priests, and the singing men, and the gatekeepers, and the ministers. And we shall not forsake the house of our Skytus. I get food. Good choice. I hate this book. Just like I hated pretty much all the previous recent books. Bible really fell off. Nehemiah 11. Now the leaders of the people lived in Jerusalem, yet truly the remainder of the people cast lowercase lots, so that they might choose 1 part in 10 who were to live in Jerusalem, the holy city, and 9 parts for the other cities. Then the people blessed all the men who freely offered themselves to live in Jerusalem. And so these are the leaders of the province who were living in Jerusalem and in the cities of Judah. Now each one lived in his possession and in their cities. Glasgow, the priests, the Levites, the temple servants, and the sons of the servants of Solomon. In Jerusalem there lived some of the sons of Judah, and some of the sons of Benjamin Yoresh. Of the sons of Judah, Athiah, the sons of Aziam, the son of Zechariah, the son of Amariah, the son of Shephatiah, the son of Mehalalel, of the sons of Perez. Hold on, I need to check something. How many generations did we just go back? How many do we have?
Good question.
4 generations back, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, Teras.
Yeah.
Drink.
Oh, okay.
The sons of Perez. Messiah, the son of Baruch, of the sons of Kolhose, the son of Heziah, the son of Adiah, the son of Joirab, the son of Zechariah, the son of a Sidonite. That's another more than 4 generations back. And Teras is just ignoring me. All these sons of Perez lived in Jerusalem, 468 strong men. You gotta drink, man.
Okay.
Now
I'm
these
not paying
are the
any
sons
attention.
of Benjamin, your ass. Salu, the son of Meshullam, the son of Joed, the son of Pedaiah, the son of Koliah, the son of Maaseiah, the son of Ithiel, the son of Jesiah. Hey, Teras,
Yes.
guess what?
I don't like guessing.
Well, then you gotta drink.
Okay.
And after him, Gabai, Salai. These were 928, and Joel, the son of Zikri, was their foremost leader. And Judah, the son of Hasenua, was second over the city. And from the priests there were Jedaiah, the son of Joirab Jachin, Sariah, the son of Hilkiah, the son of Meshullam, the son of Zadok, the son of Merioth, the son of Ahitub, that's the ruler of the house of Skytis. You gotta drink again, Terrace. And their brothers who were doing the works of the temple. 822. I feel like this is going to be a dangerous chapter.
I'm running out of alcohol here.
And Adiah, the son of Jeroham, the son of Pelaliah, the son of Amzi, the son of Zechariah, the son of Pesha, the son of Malchijah. Hey, Teras, you gotta drink. And his brothers, the leaders among us, the daddies. 242. Okay. Ooh, this is getting spicy. I think you're still one behind, Teras, unless you just took 2 in 1.
I took a big boy.
And Amasai, the son of Izarel, the son of Azai, the son of Meshillemoth, the son of Immer, you gotta drink again, and their brothers, who were very powerful. 128. Dude, this rule is kicking in hard right now.
What?
Also, technically, we gotta drink again because something is repeated more than 3 times within a very short period of the book. This book is so terrible. And their foremost leader was Zabdiel, the son of the powerful. Son of the powerful? Okay, sure. And from the Levites, there were Shemaiah, the son of Hassab, the son of Azrikam, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Bani, Teres, the son of Shabbathai,
Yes.
and Josabad, who were over all the works which were exterior to the house of Skytis from among us, the leaders of the Levites. Dude, this is not gonna stop anytime soon, Teres. Holy shit. And Matania, the son of Micah, the son of Zabdi, the son of ASAP8. Oh, that's only 3, hold on. The son of ASAPH, was the leader of praise and confession and prayer, with Bakbukia second among us, his brothers. And Abda, the son of Shemua, the son of Galal, the son of Jeduthun. That's 3 again, wow. Damn, never mind, I guess they're just trying to edge us.
Wow.
Imagine getting edged by the Bible. And the
Not
Levites
again.
in the holy city were 284. And the gatekeepers, Akub, Talmon, and their brothers who guarded the doorways were 172. And the remainder of Glasgow, the priests and the Levites, were in all the cities of Judah, each one in his own possession. I guess it actually stopped now. And the temple servants were living at Ophel with Ziha and Gishpa of the temple servants. And the director of the Levites in Jerusalem was Uzi, the son of Bani, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Mataniah, the son of Micah. Hey, Teras.
Yes.
Drink. The singing
Why?
men in the ministry of the house of Skytis were from the sons of ASAPH. In fact, there was a precept of the king about them and an order amongst us, the singing men throughout each day. And Pethahiah, the son of Meshezabel, from the sons of Zerah, the son of Judah, was at the... Wait, what? And Pethahiah, the son of Meshezabel, from the sons of Zerah, the son of Judah, was at the hand of the king concerning every word of the people, and in the houses throughout all their regions. Some of the sons of Judah lived at Kiriatharba, and in its daughter villages, and at Dibon. What's Dibon? And in its daughter villages, and at Jekabzeel, and in its vicinity, and at Jeshua, and at Molada. Molada, and at Beth Pelet, and at Hazar Shual, and at Beersheba, and in its daughter villages, and at Ziklag, and at Mekona, and in its daughter villages, and at En Rimmon, and at Zorah, and at Jarmuth, Zanoah, Adullam, and in their villages, at Lachish, and in its regions, and at Azkaban, and in its daughter villages. And they dwelt from Beersheba as far as the valley of Hinnom. Also, they repeated that phrasing quite a few times, so I'm gonna have to take another drink. But the sons of Benjamin, your ass, lived from Geba at Michmash, and Aijah, and Bethel, and in its daughter villages, to Anathoth, Nob, Anania, Hazor, Ramah, Gittaim, Hadid, Zeboim, and Nebalad, Lot, and oh no, the valley of craftsmen. And some of the Levites were apportioned with Judah and Benjamin, your ass. Now I need some light. Harris, would you mind to shine some light on this?
Shining light on what?
My nuts. Got him.
Oh. No.
Understandable. Nehemiah 12. Now these are the priests and the Levites who ascended with Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua, Sariah, Jeremiah, Ezra, Amariah, Maluk, Hattush, Shechaniah, Rehub, Meremoth, Iddo, Ginnethon, Abijah, Mijem, and Uraz, Madiah, Bilgah, Shemaiah, and Joyarib, Jediah, Salu, Amok, Hilkiah, Jediah. These were the leaders of the priests and of their brothers in the days of Jeshua. And the Levites, Jeshua, Binui, Kadmiel, Sherebiah, Judah, Mattaniah, they and their brothers were over the hymns, with Bakbukiah as well as Hanai and their brothers, each one in his office. Now Jeshua conceived Joiakim, and Joiakim conceived Eliashib, and Eliashib conceived Joiada, and Joiada conceived Jonathan, and Jonathan conceived Jaddua. And in the days of Joiakim, the priests and the leaders of the families were Sariah, Meriah, of Jeremiah, Hananiah, of Ezra, Meshullam, of Amariah, Jehohanan, of Maluki, Jonathan, of Shebaniah, Joseph, of Harim, Adna, of Meraioth, Helkai, of Adiah, Zechariah, of Ginnathan, Meshullam, of Abijah, Zikri, of Mijem and Yoas, Moadiah. Wait, what? Of Mijem, Yoas, and Moadiah, Jesus Christ, Piltai, of Bilgah, Shemua, of Shemaiah, Jehonathan, of Joyarib, Mattanai, of Jediah, Uzi, of Salai, Kalai, of Amok, Eber, by the way, we're repeating this so many times, cheers, Teras, of
Wonderful.
Hilkiah, Hashabiah, of Jediah, Nathanael. The Levites in the days of Eliashib and Joiada and Johanan and Jaddua and the priests were written according to the leaders of the families during the reign of Darius the Persian. The sons of Levi, according to the leaders of their families, were written in the book of the words of those days, even to the days of Johanan, the son of Eliashib. That was dangerously close. Nope, no drink yet. Now the leaders of the Levites were Hashabiah, Sherebiah, and Jeshua, the son of Kadmiel, and their brothers in their turns, so that they would praise and confess according to the precept of David, the man of Skytis. And they served equally and in order. Mattaniah and Bakbukiah, Obadiah, Meshullam, Talmon, Akub were keepers of the gates and of the vestibules of the before the gates. These were in the days of Joiakim, the son of Jeshua, the son of Josedek, and in the days of Nehemiah, the governor, and of Ezra, the priest and scribe. I can't fucking read anymore. This is too many names. I'm feeling DDoSed. Now, at the dedication of the wall of Jerusalem, they sought the Levites from all their places so that they might bring them to Jerusalem and so that they might keep the dedication and rejoicing with thanksgiving, and with singing and with cymbals and psalteries and lyres. Now the sons of the singing men were gathered from the plains surrounding Jerusalem and from the villages of Netophathi, and from the house of Gilgal, and from the regions of Geba and Asmaveth. For the singing men had built villages for themselves around Jerusalem. And the priests and the Levites were cleansed, and they cleansed the people, and the gates, and the wall. Then I caused the leaders of Judah to ascend the wall, and I appointed 2 great choirs to give praise. And they went to the right upon the wall, toward the dung gate. And after them went Hoshiah, and 1/2 part of the leadership of Judah, and Azariah, Ezra, and Meshullam, Judah, and Benjamin, Uriah, and Shemaiah, and Jeremiah. And some of the sons of the priests went forth with trumpets: Zechariah, the son of Jonathan, the son of Shemaiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Micaiah, the son of Zechar, the son of Asaph. Is this a listing, or is this a family tree again?
Yes.
Some of the sons, no, I think that's just different sons. They're just not named because they're not worthy. And his brothers, Shemaiah, and Azariel, and Milalai, Gilalai, Mai, Nathanael, and Judah, and Hanani went forth with the canticles of David, the man of Skytis. And Ezra, the scribe, was before them at the fountain gate. And opposite them, they ascended by the steps of the city of David, at the ascent of the wall above the house of David, and as far as the water gate to the Estonian. And the second choir of those who gave thanks went forth to the opposite side, and I went after them, and 1/2 part of the people there were upon the wall, and upon the tower of the furnaces, as far as the widest wall, and above the gate of Ephraim, and above the ancient gate, and above the fish gate, and the tower of Hananel, and the tower of Hamath, and as far as the flock gate. And they stood still at the watch gate. And the 2 choirs of those who gave praise stood still at the house of Skytis, with myself and 1/2 part of the magistrates who were with me. And the priests Eliakim, Maaseiah, Mijam, Uriah, Micaiah, Elioenai, Zechariah, Hananiah went forth with trumpets, with Maaseiah and Shemaiah, and Eliezer, and Uzi, and Jehohanan, and Malchijah, and Elam, and Ezer. And the singers were singing clearly. Jezrahiah, who I've never seen before, was their foremost leader. And on that day, they immolated great sacrifices, and they rejoiced. For Skytis had caused them to rejoice with a great joy. That's how you usually rejoice. And their wives and children also were glad. That's so great for you. And the rejoicing of Jerusalem was heard from far away. On that day also, they enrolled men over the storehouses of the treasury for the libations and for the first fruits and for the tithes, whatever the fuck, so that the leaders of the city might bring these in by them with proper thanksgiving for the priests and the Levites. For Judah was rejoicing, and the priests and the Levites who were assisting. And they kept the vigil of their Skytis and the vigil of expiation, and with the singing men and the gatekeepers in accord with the precept of David and of Solomon his son. For in the days of David and Asaph, from the beninging, there were leaders appointed over the singers to give praise and verses and to confess to Skytis. And all of Glasgow in the days of Zerubbabel and in the days of Nehemiah gave portions to the singing men and to the gatekeepers for each day, and they sanctified the Levites, and the Levites sanctified the sons of Triple Arab.
Fucking gatekeepers.
What in the fuck did I just read?
I think you should change all occasions of great with mediocre.
There is.
What?
Guessed. Felix,
What
please
was the
repeat.
guess?
I think you should just switch out every occasion of great with mediocre. For Skytis had caused him to rejoice with mediocre joy.
Nice.
Do it.
Yeah, alright.
Congratulations, you made your mark on the Bible.
Hmm.
Oh, I want to be done with this book, but I also don't want to continue reading because it fucking sucks.
I'm gonna trade it.
What?
I guess.
Oh,
It's making a fair point.
I wanna go home.
Aren't you at home?
Well, he means home to his parents.
Based. Same. Well, I mean,
Yeah?
yeah. No, it's fine. Now, on that day, they read from the book of Osmosis in the hearing of the people. And in it, there was found written that the Ammonites and the mother of all Bombites must not enter the church of Skytis even for all time, because they did not meet the sons of Glasgow with bread and water, and they hired Balaam against them to curse them. But Askytis turned the curse into a blessing. Now it happened that, when they had heard the law, they separated every foreigner from Glasgow based, and Elashib the priest was over this task. He had been given charge of the treasury of the house of Askytis, and he was a close relative of Tobiah. Then he made for himself a large storeroom, and in that place there was laid before him gifts and frankincense and
Same.
vessels, and the tithes of grain, wine, and oil, of the portions of the Levites, and of the singing men, and of the gatekeepers, and the first fruits of the priests. But during all that, I was not in Jerusalem, because in the 32nd year of Artaxerxes, the king of Babylon, I went to the king, and at the end of some days I petitioned the king. And I went to Jerusalem, and I understood the evil that Elishiab had done for Tobiah, such that he would make him a storeroom in the vestibule
I
of
just,
the house of Skytis. Nice.
I
I'm
just
gonna go take
wanna,
an angry piss.
I just wanna understand it in the way that he would make him like he makes a person into a storeroom. Just imagine, I'm gonna turn you
That's
into a
quite
fucking storeroom. That's a fucking threat and a half. Not, I'm gonna make a storeroom for you. No, I'm gonna turn you into a storeroom.
I went, well, I'm so confused. And it seems to me
Whatever.
very evil. Well, nice. And I cast the vessels of the house of Tobiah outside the storeroom. And I gave instructions, and they cleansed against the storeroom. And I brought back into the place the vessels of the house of Skytis, the sacrifice, and the frankincense. And I realized that the portions of the Levites had not been given to them, and that each of them had fled his own region from the Levites, and from the singing men, and from those who were ministering. And I brought the case before the magistrates, and I said, "Why have we forsaken the house of Skytis?" And I gathered them together, and I caused them to stand at their stations. And all of Judah brought the goods of the grain and the wine and the oil into the storerooms. And we appointed over the storerooms Shelemiah the priest, and Zadok the scribe, and Pedaiah from the Levites, and next to them Hanan, the son of Sakur, the son of Mattaniah, for they had proven to be faithful. And so the portions of the brothers were entrusted to them. Remember me, O my Skytus, because of this, and may you not wipe away my acts of compassion, which I have done for the house of my Skytus and for his ceremonies. In those days I saw in Judah some who were treading the presses of the Sabbath, and who were carrying sheaves and placing on donkeys burdens of wine and of grapes and of figs and all manner of burdens, and who were bringing these into Jerusalem on the day of the Sabbath. And I contended with them, so that they would sell on a day which it was permitted to sell. Jesus.
Are you okay?
And some Tyrians, no, I'm just tired, dwell within, who are bringing fish and all kinds of items for sale. And they were selling on the Sabbaths to the sons of Judah and Jerusalem. And I put the nobles of Judah under oath, and I said to them, "What is this evil thing that you are doing, profaning the Sabbath day? Did not our daddies do these things? And so our Skytus brought all this evil upon us and upon the city? And you are adding more wrath upon Glasgow by violating the Sabbath." And it happened that when the gates of Jerusalem had rested on the day of the Sabbath, I spoke, and they closed the gates. And I instructed that I should not open them until after Sabbath. And I appointed some of my servants over the gates, so that no one would carry in a burden on the day of the Sabbath. and saw the merchants and those who sold all kinds of items remain just outside of Jerusalem, once and again. And I contended with them, and I said to them, "Why are you remaining just beyond the wall? If you do this again, I will send hands upon you. You will catch these hands." And so from that time they no longer came on the Sabbath.
No. He's sending hands upon them. So he's just gonna pat their head. It's like, good boy.
If you do this again, I will send hands upon you.
Upon.
True.
Yes. He's just gonna pat his head. Good boy.
I also spoke to the Levites, how that they would be cleansed and would arrive to guard the gates and to sanctify the day of the Sabbath. Because of this also, O my Skytis, remember me and spare me, in accord with the multitude of your mercies. But also in those days I saw some Jews taking wives from the Ashdodites and the Ammonites and the Moabites. And the sons spoke partly in the speech of Ashdod, and they did not know how to speak the Jewish language, and they were speaking according to the language of one people or another. And I put them under oath, and I cursed them, and I struck some of their men, and I shaved off their hair, and I made them swear to Skytis that they would not give their daughters to their sons, nor take their daughters for their sons, nor for themselves, saying, "Did not Solomon, king of Glasgow, sin in this kind of thing? And certainly among many nations there was no king similar to him, and he was beloved, and his Skytis and Skytis set him as king over all of Glasgow. And yet foreign women led even him into sin. So how could we disobey and do all this mediocre evil?" So that we would transgress against our Skytis and take foreign wives. Now one of the sons of Joadiah, the son of Elishabeth, the high priest, was a son-in-law to Sanballat, the Horonite, and I made him flee from me. O Lord, my Skytis, remember again those who defile the priesthood and the law of the priests and the Levites. And so I cleansed them from all foreigners, Jesus Christ. And I established the order of the priests and the Levites, each one in his ministry. O my Skytis, remember me also for good because of the offering of wood, kinky, at the appointed times and because of the first fruits, a man and a woman.
No, it's just men back then.
True.
Women weren't invented.
Imagine like if a politician nowadays was like, I'm gonna follow the Bible, we will cleanse you of all foreigners.
I don't know.
Jesus.
That would be a significant.
Somehow that sounds about right.
Yeah, that would be a significant amount of people that would clap and be for that.
That's true.
Because welcome to the modern world.
That would be a good line to like randomly quote at people when they talk about God being forgiving.
I have to give credit where credit is due. I think I'm really going to enjoy your replace idea.
Nice.
But you know what else Harris is going to enjoy? Realizing that the book needs to be rated.
Damn. 0 out of 10?
Wow. I paid very little attention. I would like you to know that.
You missed nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm very much aware. That was the that one.
How much did you enjoy? So before you give your rating, remember there were a lot of drinking queues stacked very recently.
Yeah, it was a good one, mind you.
But other than that,
I think this one. I didn't pay that much attention, but this one did seem not as brain dead as quite a few of the previous ones.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this. What do you remember? Was there anything memorable aside from having to drink a lot all of a sudden?
Oh, I wasn't paying any attention.
So it can't have been that enjoyable if you don't really remember.
Well, I mean, it was short. That's enjoyable.
That is a fair point that I cannot contend with.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to think.
It didn't feel like pulling teeth.
It really felt a lot like Ezra. It was just nothing happened, a bunch of names, but it was short. So I think I'm gonna give this the exact same rating. Actually,
I'm gonna give it a 5 because it was short.
What the fuck happened at Judges?
Okay, yeah, I need you to like catch up with what's going on with
characters.
What one character wise. There was a lot of names mentioned, but I don't
once
think
again,
any of
a
them
lot
were
of
any
names, but
significance.
quality over quantity. None of them had any significant development. Even the person that the book is named after, he was just telling the story, but like, what was he actually doing? I can't think of anything. So yeah, it's same as Astra. Once again, it's just I can't give this anything better. It's just nothing memorable. Writing. A lot of
Well, I mean, just because of how many drinking queues, it deserves a higher rating.
the drinking
Because
queues. Okay, Teras, but
boy,
okay,
I'm officially tipsy. That's how much we've been drinking.
but Teras, what are we exactly evaluating? Are we evaluating how well it is written, or how much you enjoy the writing as a fucking alcoholic?
Both.
Maybe we should. Okay, Teras. Maybe we need a new category: alcoholism. The writing was, I think it was actually worse. Like, not much worse, but I'm gonna give it a lower score because it was just terrible writing.
I'll just follow you. I'll just follow you in there.
Plot.
What actually happened in the book? Give me a quick
Felix,
sum up.
what happened?
That's it.
I feel like it was less coherent than Ezra. With Ezra, it felt like there was still something they were moving toward. With Nehemiah, it was just, what in the fuck is going on? So, yeah, comedy. Okay, there's comedy.
Yeah, right.
Was there?
I don't remember there being anything funny.
Exactly. There was
nothing. I can't recall a single moment we laughed that wasn't because you decided to say something that wasn't written. That was only funny moments. Exactly. Not the book.
Same for kinky. Was there anything kinky at all?
I can't recall anything.
I literally can't. Wow, that is kind of impressive.
Not very kinky. So what the fuck happened in Judges?
Do you think I remember?
Well, you rated it with a 10 on kinky, so I kind of assume.
Wasn't that when the prostitute was strapping people to a bed or something? Wasn't that a thing?
I'm trying to think. Wasn't that Ruth? That might have been.
I'm pretty sure there was a prostitute. I'm pretty sure there was a prostitute.
So at some point there was a prostitute that she was of one folk and her husband was of another folk, and her folk was like okay,
it was like one of the few relevant female characters was a prostitute.
The short version is her folk was like, we need to interrogate your husband, simplifying things like a lot. So she was like, yo, what? How? Hey, husband, how can I? Just hypothetically, if somebody were to want to tie you down, just hypothetically, how would they do this? And he's like, okay, you just tie me to the bed. And then next night she just ties him to the bed. And then he just breaks free because, haha, psych, I lied. And then she's like, oh my god, you lied to me. Now tell me for real. How can I contain your power? And then he's like, tie me to whatever else. And then he breaks free again. And then again. And then he actually breaks down and he tells her, okay, actually, the power is in my hair. You gotta shave my head. And then at night, she shaves his head. And then he's super weak. And then he actually gets captured. And then he gets tied to some kind of pillar at a temple. But by then, his hair has somewhat grown back. So he gains some of his power. And then he just pulls the pillar. The entire temple collapses. And he just gets multi-kill of, I don't know, he just killed several dozens of the other tribes and himself. But the whole thing revolves around his wife telling, how do I best tie you down, you know? And then a few other things as well, probably, but it's been a while, to be fair. It's been quite a while. Why is Twitch dead? Because your mom is your dad. Teras.
What?
Please tell us an elaborate story of what you've been up to yesterday, because I gotta pee.
Yesterday? What was yesterday? Wasn't it? Yesterday was Friday, right? Well, I went to work, and I did very little of actual work, because I just avoid working like the plague. Because, you know, I mean, imagine actually being paid to do work. Could it'd be me. I think that was about it, actually. I just didn't work all day, and then got home, and then just became a vegetable for like several hours until it was a reasonable enough time for me to go to bed. And then I went to bed. I didn't even sleep very well either. It was a very mediocre day, in fact. It wasn't anything impressive, or noteworthy, or worth talking about any further. I don't even remember what I ate. What did I eat? Oh yeah, it was a really, really, really lame macaroni and cheese. I've added a lot of. It was more cheese than macaroni at that point, and it was strong cheese. It was like a nice mature cheddar, which was nice, mind you. But I'm starting to notice a trend of adding too much strong cheese does not make a good meal. So I had a very, very mediocre bowl of macaroni and cheese. So the entire day was just below average, if anything else. Also, it's been over 2 hours now. It's been time. It's been time.
Hey Felix, do you want to continue Bibling?
No, I actually have to leave as well.
Anyway.
Maybe.
I mean, oh, come on, man.
Well,
Go on.
that was it. It's Saturday, and I'm tired.
It's a Saturday than yesterday.
Which God would know this? If God was benevolent, I wouldn't be tired. That's if He was benevolent and almighty.
If you were a car, you would be tired.
That's funny because cars also have tires. Oh my god, I had the biggest retard moment today again. I was driving my car, and at one point I noticed that my indicator was not turning off, and I was freaking out because what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm turning my car off and the indicator's still going.
Fuck is an indicator? What kind of indicator? What?
Give me a second. Turn signal.
Okay.
And I'm sitting in my car while just thinking, what the fuck, like, it's not going off, its battery is going to be empty tomorrow, I'm gonna have to fix this shit, it's so tiring. And after like a quarter hour of looking inside my engine, pretending like I understand shit, I noticed that I have my, what's it called, emergency lights on. And I press a button and it stops. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck's wrong with me? It was a good day.
Have you tried alcohol?
Alcohol is probably the reason why I am like this.
But it's also the solution.
That's true. But I still have to drive today. I mean, it's more fun this way, but...
There you go! That's the right mindset.
What was that statistic? 80% of car accidents are caused by sober drivers.
Well, how about you get that number up? Or rather down. Get the drunk number up.
It's the drunk crashers that give us a bad rep.
Well, I guess
Well,
we shall be ending here after this lovely book of...
Yeah, that one.
I had to do a hard refresh to get video to load. Weird. Yeah, welcome to Kappa.
I kind of want a movie now that's just the Bible uncut, and it's just 25 minutes of a random voice just introducing 25 people. Like, this is this guy. This guy.
Wait. You want a movie that's the Bible, but you want it to be only 25 minutes?
No, I wanted like every 5 minutes of actions, there's like 25 minutes of character introduction. And it's like a series with 25 seasons. Each is 25 episodes, each 2 hours.
May I introduce you to my YouTube channel?
Well, I mean, true. Is it animated in Rick and Morty style?
Well, that could be arranged. So let's start a Kickstarter and animate the entire Bible series.
Christ. Like one guy donating $5. That's all we need.
Yeah, Yeah, you know what? If my Bible videos get sufficient views, we can make that happen.
This would
Who?
the kind
Question mark.
of stuff that would be absolutely torture, but then it gets funnier again. After like 40 hours, and then random characters get introduced again.
Just
Woo!
Bible, really. That's literally the Bible. I don't know what to tell you. It just introduces random characters for no good reason, even if they die 10 lines later or never are even mentioned ever again.
You know, if I had omnipotence, I would try to change the Bible, like go back in time and just give them the Lord of the Rings trilogy and just see how religion evolves from there. I think would be more interesting.
That would be pretty fucking cool. Imagine we were worshipping like
Gandalf.
the Dark Lord or some shit. Like there's
Yeah.
some fucking
Sauron.
magnificent fucking being.
I mean, we have a
That we just
magnificent
believe
fucking
exists.
being at the top here.
Well,
You with a question mark.
Sure.
I wonder if, like, in 1,000 years after civilization collapsed and it's rebuilt, they find like footage of fucking VTubers and they start praying to them.
Well, better than finding footage of VTubers fucking.
I mean,
I'd watch that.
2023. That's pretty. It probably exists, right?
Obviously. Rule 34. Are you familiar with Rule 34?
Oh no. Quick education of Skype. Oh.
Do you know this the meme of Caroline where there's the father working on his computer with the most depressed fucking view ever? Just give me a second.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Sure.
I know he knows what he's talking about.
I'm gonna send it to you. Imagine like two VTubers are making content and they have to be sexting and stuff, and it's just two guys looking like this at their computer for like doing this since 15 fucking hours.
I mean, honestly, this is basically every Twitch streamer ever after he's done with his stream.
That's true.
Almost
I don't
like
know
you
why this
try to
picture
be
is so funny to
energetic
me.
and entertaining for your stream, so you expend some extra energy, and then afterwards you just go back to a even more slump state than you were before because you used up.
Can we make that? Can someone make a VTuber with that guy?
No,
But make it look like
Imagine
Terrace,
that's your
but
VTuber avatar.
make it look like a blend between that guy and Terrace.
Why don't you just watch the stream of Skytis? That could cheer you up. But Doctor, I am Skytis.
I mean, jokes on you, but my own streams do cheer me up. When I have to go through the Bible bots to find title and thumbnail ideas, my puns. Especially Terrace's suffering resulting in that.
Yeah, I fucking bet.
Dude, there's,
fucking slut.
Dude, I could watch my own clips all day. Bible clips are just peak comedy.
Slut.
Dude, I am peak comedy.
True.
Your mum's peak comedy.
No, but your mom peaks my comedic. What?
Who? Question mark.
Okay, you know what? It's outro time. Fuck you, Terrace.
Well.
Oh yeah, my camera doesn't work here. I forgot. Long story. Let's just say it's AMD's fault. You know what?
Yeah, of course it is. Might as well.
It totally is.
They are the villain of this fucking
Hey,
stream.
Terrace, how about you go live now?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
I'm gonna leave you two, but
No, how about you go live?
You're not gonna leave the two of us because I'm leaving first.
Yeah, well, shit. This is awkward.
When
Bye.
are you gonna stream now?
No.
Why not?
The Pokemon?
I don't fucking know. Just stream something.
No, you said why not? Just give me a second. This guy, right?
I don't fucking know. I don't think you understand how much I don't give a fuck about Pokemon.
That's a why not.
Is it a... Yeah, I think I know, yeah. Fuck Pokemon. Pokemon is shit, and so is Nintendo.
Nintendo's great. Imagine suing people for copyright issues when you just refuse to
Imagine
port your
being
games.
a pile of shit when you could just not.
True. Naja, ich gehe mal, ne? Schau nach
Good
dazu.
guy. Okay, who are we rating? Oh yeah, I'll put just a little warning. Camera might still be fucked up on Monday, depending on if I can be bothered. Long story short, I have that my OBS, and apparently the new version doesn't really work with some old plugin I'm using, but there is no updated version available, so my camera just doesn't work. It's complicated, TM. Okay. You know what? Sure, whatever. We will just go to even. He is playing Quest for Glory 1, which I'm totally familiar with. I will see you. Well, depending on if I decide to do more streams, but like next guide stream on Monday, more Demon's Souls, and then who knows what the hell is on next Saturday. But if you're interested in more low effort streams, go follow Budget Skytus. And if you want more Bible, all the previous Bible readings can be, well, not all, but most of them, almost all of them, soon they will all be there eventually, can be found on YouTube. Just find me on YouTube and you will see plenty of Bible readings. I think I've stalled for long enough. I'm gonna head out and do other things, and you know what, just go watch Heathen and I don't know, post something funny in his chat. I don't know what's funny, but you'll figure that out.